What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey, and we are down here, girl. We are down here, girl, to talk about the Belle Collective. Um, girl, we're just gonna have to talk because I didn't take any notes at all, and I'm just gonna let the episode play while I talk about the different scenes, and see if I can remember because I was watching it last night. It was one of the last things that I watched before winding down. So they're getting ready to go to New Orleans and they are meeting up to get on the Sprinter, and everyone is excited. You know, some of the girls overpacked and blah, blah, blah. So what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Did I already say to like, subscribe, and comment? Because I had already been recording when I started the video. So I was like, I felt like I was already talking, um, but I didn't introduce myself. So let me make sure let me make sure I do that, and then let's put this down a little bit, and we got the butterfly in the corner of the frame. That's how we want it to be, in the corner of the frame. So they're on the bus, and they keep making jokes about Marie and her vibrator. There's I don't know why they keep making fun of Marie and her vibrator. Like this thing like making fun of a woman because she doesn't have a man. It's just so late. It is so late. It's like, girl, and then the men that really are like the quality of the man that's actually making the joke about her, like, girl, I bet you if Marie taps the mic with the rose 5 days a week, she gonna have an orgasm 5 days a week. I bet you if Lateshia screwed Glendale a once for every day of the week of the work week, 5 days in a row, I bet you she might have one orgasm. She might. And it's probably after you. Shut up, talking on the bus. So they're having a good time on the bus. They're having conversation and laughing. There's this air now that they're acting like, let me turn this down a little bit. There's this like this narrative, right? There's this narrative that Willie and um Willie and Ikesha are like think that they're better than. Glenn does not like, not Glenn, Cliff doesn't like Willie. He keeps saying it over, and he keeps saying, I don't like you. Like he keeps saying it. Like he keeps saying it. Um and then Glendale keeps this attitude like as if Ikesha and Willie have their look down on them, have their nose up, right? Um and I think it's because Willie is not aligning with them in the way that they speak about women. Um, we haven't seen him on camera um, disrespect Ikesha. We haven't seen him any of the actions that we have seen Glenn and Cliff demonstrate towards their wives. Um, we haven't seen that, and I think, as you know, from my observation of men over life and watching them and how they socialize, when one of them is different in terms of the way that they treat women, they are often ostracized, made fun of, called names, and all that. Part of their brotherhood is when we like talk and mistreat and have our wives thinking we have another woman pregnant, like we cheat on them. We do these things. If you don't do those things, that's why I think it's weird. Like, if I don't think that there's a man who hangs around, a man who doesn't cheat on his wife, who hangs around men who cheat on their wives. I don't think so. I think if a man is known to cheat on his wife, his friends that he has, his flock, right? What'd your grandmother say? Birds of a feather flock together. If you, what do they say about the girls that are loose? If you loose, if one of your friends is loose, they gonna think you loose. I don't think that people with low character hang around with people with a different character, with a higher character. So now Glenn is looking at Willie crazy and looking at Aikisha crazy and trying to make it seem like they think they're better than. I do agree that Willie came down there probably looking at them like some country bumpkins, and but he's cool with JJ now. They are collaborating on stuff together. I don't know if he's just trying to, monetize off the, city slicker country bumpkin type of, vibe. I don't know if that's what's going on, but because Aikisha is coming into the show doing something, she's really doing something down to the fair street, and you think you're better than. No, you was just doing a lot of talking on the first season. And then I came in, I was doing some talking and I was doing some walking and I was signing some papers. So all of the stuff that you doing when Lateshia threw that brunch and they went in the back to look at the vendors, to like talk to the vendors and the business owners, there was no one back there. I'm surprised Aikisha hasn't said anything about what was going on in the back. And that's probably why you don't like Aikisha, because Aikisha's I feel like Aikisha's the type, like, girl, okay, let me just do it and show you. She's done that several times to Lateshia. So that's probably where that narrative is coming. And she thinks she better than us because she come in here, I don't have no dirt on the plates. What she say? I don't do dirty plates. What she say? So yeah, that's where that narrative is coming from. They go to the plantation, Whitney Plantation. I think Charles went to the Whitney Plantation. It was really a like emotional visit to a plantation down in Louisiana, and they were talking about, basically they did a tour of the land, and we're talking about how important it is to maintain history, to preserve history, and all the things. Um, and then they go into this church, and Lateshia starts saying, we really have to um, do better, but with each other, and do better by one another, because can you imagine, our ancestors were thinking like, we need to do this so that we can get to the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. So, oh, is that a okay? That's a preview. And so they go to the plantation. They have a nice time there. Aikisha is really emotional. So a lot of them were emotional. Um, and then, on the bus, Latrice didn't really. I don't know. I guess she kind of brought it up later. She didn't really want to talk about it in front of them while they were on the bus. But the fact that Cliff went to, oh, let me make sure this is on. Okay, the fact that Cliff went to see Lateshia, and he didn't tell Latrice. Latrice is kind of wants to get upset about that, because everybody knew but her. But I mean, as they were talking, they realized that there's stuff that they don't know about what their husbands are talking about, just like there's stuff that y'all talk about that your husbands don't know what you're talking about. But like making decisions, I feel like I love how JJ at the end was like, "What if I told you, you know good and goddamn well you don't need to be quitting that job, and you have insurance, especially you got a wife and a son, depending on you, how would you like it if I told you that? Wouldn't you tell me to mind my business? I say, get up, get, get up, JJ, because they walked out, and I don't blame them for walking out. What kind of game are you playing? What kind of game are you playing? You playing this like, oh, I'm gonna have Selena be the greeter at the bayou on the brunch on the bayou brunching on the bayou, and you keep bringing Selena. You saying that you don't know, and it's so crazy because you say you don't know what's going on with them, but then later you say, I'm inviting both of them. Y'all know what y'all got going on. But if I'm a part of a show and I'm coming to film, she's part of the show too. That's why that's like in real life, you can't tell me I know what's going on between me and Selena and then invite both of us when but don't tell me that you invited her. So should I just assume that she's there and just not show up because I don't want to be around somebody that I have a court case with? Is that like what you're expecting? Like I don't know what Lateshia is trying to do. But for the show's purpose, I feel like So Gucci should know that Selena, maybe she didn't know that Selena was going to be on the show. Maybe she didn't know Selena was going to have an intro. I don't know. They had to have told her. I can't imagine them not saying that Selena's going to be on the show. So that was that with that. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, so they are done with the plantation. They had a good time. They feel that they were thankful that they went because at first when they were pulling up to the plantation, they were like, "Girl, this looks like a plantation. What is going on? What are we about to be doing, honey? This I did not come to New Orleans to be walking around. I came for some tits and what they say, some beads and tits and hurricanes and that's what Sophia said. Sophia is in her soft era, and so she wants to be called Sophia now, which is her name. I think I'm sorry, a lot of people did not like So Gucci. I think it's so cute. It is so cute. So Gucci is such a cute nickname to me. I think it is so Gucci. I do. Girl, call me that forever. I don't give a damn. I guess it's a different personality, a different persona, right? Girl, so they had their room. They went and got they came back from the plantation. They got their rooms together. Um Everybody liked their rooms. Bitch, Latrice and Cliff were in the room, right? So they sitting up in the bed and Latrice was on her phone. She was like, "Why you didn't tell me about what's going on with you?" And they try to jump on the bed. Stop acting like y'all gonna really be doing it and stuff like for real, like busting headboards and stuff. Stop acting like that. Girl, that's so weird to me. Girl, let's see how the bed is. Girl, when what's his name? When JJ at the end, I was like, what happened to gosh darn it, honey? He was cussing. He was like, damn it, and damn it. I said, uh-huh. There he is. There he is. Let's be old pigtail JJ. Girl. Mm, that's good. Oh my God. I need to stay in front of here. I was about to go and get some put some more creamer in here. She said, I'm trying to figure out why it's taking us 12 hours to get to New Orleans. So Cliff and her are sitting on the bed, and she's trying to ask him like, "Why did you go see Lateshia? And then tell me why am I the last person to know?" And he was like, "Basically, don't talk to me like that." Like they got into an argument for real. And I was like, I feel like that was a real argument because so what is it? So she's like, I'm not about to scare them away. So you want both of them to come, but then in the next scene, you're like, well, girl, y'all know what y'all got going on with each other. Girl, what is it? If and you know what we have going on with each other. So you need to tell them, yeah, she's gonna be here. Don't act like she says, I don't want to scare them off from the event. So that means that you're not gonna tell them, right? Because it's zoop, right? You remember you close you zoop. So that means you're not gonna say anything. But then in the next confessional, you like, they know what they got going on. They know who can be around what and what. It's not. I don't know. It's not. It's just not landing for me. So So Gucci or Sophia tells JJ, so what do you think is going to happen? What if Selena comes? They're not really saying her name, but what if Selena comes? And he's like, we don't even care. We don't even care. What he say? We doing this, honey. When he saw Selena, that he saw that they were sitting at the same table with Selena, he wanted to leave. We leave worrying to everybody else. No, how are you going to react? And I think Sophia was trying to say, listen, if the girl gets there, what are we going to do? Are we going to leave? Are we going to stay? But I think they could have done well. I think they would have done better if Selena was sitting at a different table. I don't know. Like, that is just too much. I'm like, girl, why would you sit this lady at this table? And then, like, she looking at me and stuff like that. And girl, I don't want to be here. So why do you keep trying to do that? What is going on? What is going on? So JJ said, we're not the ones who worry. We're not the ones who are worrying. Okay, but you got your ass up real quick and jumped up out of that damn brunch, that empty ass brunch, girl. At least she doing a brunch, honey. She had her brunch down there. When they went in that other room, I was so embarrassed. I was like, where is everybody? And then you had a box of dishes on some table, like you selling some dishes. And that was the only product I saw. Like, I was like, I thought the vendors was supposed to be there, and then she was like trying to blame. I didn't set this up, but it's your event. You should have went. You should have been down there in the morning, like making sure everybody's thing was there. You could have came back. I don't know how far it is from what, or took your clothes there to change. I'm sure there's a place, a bathroom in there where you could have changed your clothes or whatever. But I don't know, Lateshia and her brunches. I'm like, the people were there, they stood up and they talked, and I was just like, oh, so this is when Cliff and Latrice were talking. I didn't know that you was going there. I think it's inappropriate. He was like, I did tell you, don't play like that. I don't play no games with nobody. She said, you need to lower your fucking voice. We're not finna do that. I'm trying to figure out where the fuck all this energy is coming from. You need to pipe your energy down. His little patch of hair. Then she goes, they got more rooms in here. He said, I'll leave. He was like, he was like, go pick you a room then. She was like, I'm staying in here. I'm not picking no room. You need to go sit your weak ass down somewhere, girl. They was cussing each other out. Over what? Because he went to Letitia's office. Y'all got into an argument over going to Latrice. But I guess she was asked, maybe her producer told her to bring it up. And then he was like, I don't play those games. See, it's this thing where Cliff is not playing with the producers. Like, they probably told you to bring it up. He probably doesn't want to talk about it because it's not really anything. Because in real life, you probably wouldn't care that he went to go see Lateshia about Glenn and telling her about Glenn. You wouldn't care. But the fact that you're supposed to perform and act like, oh, my man didn't tell me that he went to Letitia's office, you should be telling me these things, right? And he's like, I told you, don't play those games. And then that's when they would start cussing each other out. And he left the room. And it's crazy because you sitting there on the phone, he's sitting on the bed with a drink, and there's a man or person with a like this. And you're like, why did you go to Letitia's house? And he's like, I'm not playing these games. Like, I'm not playing these games. And then they cuss each other out, and he walks out of the room. He walks out of the room. So she tells him to go get another room. He was like, you get another room. She was like, no, I'm not leaving out of this room. He was like, no, you get another room. The next morning, they have a spread out. Sophia and JJ got a spread for everybody, and so they're sitting there eating, talking about what they're getting ready to do. Marie and Tambra are gonna come later because it's first all couples, right? And so Sophia in her soft era. He's okay with everybody's calling her Sophia. You don't have a choice, JJ. See that performance where it's like permission and that kind of performance. I don't know. there's just some things you're like permission, like Glenn buying a truck, quitting his job. There has to be some, not permission, but there needs to be some conversation. That's not something you just don't talk about, especially in a partnership. Me going to talk to Lateshia about her husband, I don't have to tell you. I don't, girl, I'm going over there to talk. If you have a problem with me going, you have a you have a problem with the whole thing. If you have a problem with Cliff going to talk to Letitia and not tell you, you have a problem with the whole thing, the whole marriage. It's wrong. Because if you don't trust him, and to like, why would he need to tell you? What if you said no, don't go over there? Is he supposed to not go over there? Is he supposed to listen to you? And if he doesn't listen to, what is he going to get a whooping? Like, what's happening? So they're getting ready to go to the brunch, and Sophia does not know that Selena is going to be a greeter of all things. A greeter. Girl. The dress code is Southern Belle attire. So it looked like a nice turnout, but the bottom, they went like into another room where there was like empty tables, no tablecloths, no nothing on the tables. Their banners were up, but I'm going to turn this down a little bit. The banners were up and Marie's banner was missing, but the banners were up and nobody was down there. Nobody was down there. So brunch on the bayou. So they all sit at the table. Selena sits at the table. Sophia and JJ sit down. Selena sits down at the same table. They looking like, girl, what? Whose idea was this to sit everybody at the table? She was like, I'm like, they sitting directly across from each other. I don't like it. Don't antagonize me. I guess that's just like a test for you and where you are in your journey. It's just like, girl, either you gonna sit at a table or you gonna get up and leave. If you can't handle sitting at a table, you just leave. You don't need to make a scene. You don't need to get into a fight. You don't need to do all of that. So I would have pulled a stunt and went to the bathroom and then text JJ to come use the bathroom and then text Lateshia and say, we're leaving. I don't appreciate being sit at the table with um, Selena, and I didn't want to make a scene, so we'll talk to you when you get back to the house. So JJ was uncomfortable. I think Selena said that she could have stayed. And then so Lateshia is acting like, oh my God, you're not supporting me. Here she go. She doesn't understand the entire situation. Yeah, she doesn't understand the situation. Um, but it's up to them to it's their responsibility, which it is their responsibility, but you should tell them, like, and her responsibility is to get up and leave. So in order to avoid that, you should have told her and she could have made a decision. And then to sit them at the same table, I know like that's part of production. I know it's like a contrived situation. And this is how she responded in the situation. She got up and she left because I'm not about to do this with y'all. And then after Marie, she fusses about not having her banner up. Lateshia said, it's not my fault. I'm sorry, man. What do you mean it's not your fault? Yes, it is. It's your fault that stuff. Then like she went, then she passed it off to the other woman who seemed to be like kind of organizing everything. And she was like, well, Marie, where was your stuff? And she was like, you didn't make sure your stuff got here. And Marie was like what? This is your, like, this, I sent you the stuff. I guess she thought, did the woman expect Marie to come set up her stuff? To be honest, there was nothing set up. It was just a box of plates with "you're worthy" on there. I was like, girl, just selling anything. Just sell anything. I was like, girl, that room looked so sparse and empty. I was like, okay, so did they come down before everybody else came down? But were they going to set up by the time everybody else came down? Why wasn't it set up to film a scene? Like, why would y'all leave this place looking like this to film a scene? That's why I feel like Lateshia, while you was up there eating breakfast, you should have been down at the damn little convention center or wherever y'all had this little place, little suite that y'all had your event in. Why wasn't you making sure people's stuff were there or everything was set up? The top looked nice, it was colorful, but that other room that where they were supposed to, the vendors were supposed to be, it was nothing in there. Like they panned across the room so many times. I was like, where is everything? She said, I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible. Yes, you are responsible. That's your event. So you're gonna throw it off on the manager over there, the coordinator over there. You're gonna throw it off on her. You should have called her and said, make sure everybody who's on this show, you make sure that their stuff is up. Make sure their stuff is up when we come down there. That's it. Then you should have called in the morning. I don't know what she was doing. They didn't show Lateshia planning this at all, so we don't know what was going on. I would have liked to see her planning it. Tambra is the announcer, of course, or the host. She was like, will you be the host? I mean, like, dang, okay, I guess. Like, I thought, okay. I thought I was a guest. Like, so now I gotta work. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Okay. So she gets up there and she's talking and introducing people. They give Cliff an award for being an entrepreneur and giving back to the community. He gets up there. I don't know what the fuck he said. I was like, girl. And then that's what I was talking. I was thinking about. I was like, how does he talk when y'all are like intimate? Like, how is he talking to you? Like, do you understand what he's saying? Like, I don't know. I thought it was weird. I feel like for me, I feel like I remember like the way somebody the way they speak can get on your nerves, like their tone of voice, they're like sound like they got dicks and bread in their mouth. I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, girl, talk, just talk. So they out at the pool later on. They're out at the pool later on, and Selena comes by. So they were like, okay, let's talk. Selena sits down, and I don't even know what the fuck. It's so stupid. It's dumb. I think it's dumb. I think this whole thing with Selena and Sophia is so dumb because it's like y'all never had a problem. Y'all never had a problem. Y'all might have had I don't know what, but the fight and then after the fight and now we're sitting down talking like y'all don't have a relationship after like before this. I don't know. So we'll see what they're gonna get into it later because they don't really get into it. All I saw was Sophia saying, are you gonna act like something? I don't know. I guess, people have different versions of stories, and that's where conflict arises when it's time to hold people accountable and responsible. So, I don't know, child. And then the men go out, and I didn't take that many notes. I mean, I didn't take any notes at all, as you can see. I guess. The men go out and they're sitting down. Cliff tells Willie again that he does not like him. And they said like we could start off anew and this and that. And Glenn is gonna have a birthday party, 38. I think it's 38 years old. What has he been through? 38? Glenn, I'm looking at a picture of Glenn and Cliff walking, and they look the same age. And I know Cliff is at least 60, at least 60, or in his late 50s. Keller Williams. Oh, yeah. So that's Sophia Williams. She has her thing. Is that her last name, Williams? Sophia something. What is the middle name? Realtor. Yeah, I forgot she does real estate too. She has her banner up, but it's like just dishes in the back. It's nothing. It is so empty and sparse, honey. Why does Latrice have on a cowboy hat? I thought it was Southern Belle. Remember, she was in her Beyonce era. That room, I'm looking, I had to pause it. That room is empty. I see two banners. That's it. Two tables, one with dishes on them. I think one banner is Lateshia's and the other banner is So Gucci. And that might have been done on purpose in order to create that scene. You understand what I'm saying? Which I think is messed up too. So it's nothing in there. It's like literally nothing in there. She talking about let's go back to the house. What was happening? We saw some people get up and speak. I don't know. Marisa, I really thought it was a joke, like a prank. Like I'm thinking that they did that on intentionally to get a reaction out of Marie. So they back at the house. So yeah, they act. So Selena and So Gucci, I'm over that situation. They go out by the pool and they're all that. So I'm over that situation. And then the men go out, and then that's when they try to tell JJ, basically saying, why would you run, why would you leave, and this and that. And he was like, it's none of your business, you don't know what's going on in my family. There's a story before you even know what's happening, so you need to stay out of my business. I'll stay out of your damn business. But when I tell you, JJ was going off in the confessional, and then he was like, I'll stay out of your business. Just like, how would you like it if I told you, you know, you have a job? Why would you quit your good job? Why would you quit knowing that your wife and son need insurance? What if I said that to you? Would you like it if I said that to you? Glenn was just looking stupid. I was like, ugh, them is your man, honey. So yeah, they did a little workout, little booty workout and stuff like that, which was cute. It's always She always want to work somebody out. I thought it was cute. And then that was it. Let me see. Some things are better left unsaid. Right. It's none of your business. Man tell you about you when he don't even know what's going on, and he got going on already in his own goddamn house, trying to keep a damn job or trying to find a goddamn job. But yet you gonna tell me how to live my life and what I need to do. That's the reason you're miserable in everybody else's relationship, because y'all stupid, right? So you damn sure don't need to be telling me about mine. So damn y'all, push out. You heard JJ. So damn y'all, not darn y'all. He was really cussing. So how you gonna tell me what's going on in my damn house? You can't even keep your house straight. That's why you worried about everybody else's business, because your shit is fucked up. That's what he said. You heard him. And look at Glenn, the way he's looking. Girl, it's a mess. Anyways, that was the end of the episode. This went too long. It should have been way shorter than this. Way shorter than this, child. It'll be cut up, but it'll be way shorter. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.